I love music.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How much of that could you hear?
Just you saying I'm recording on Audacity, so I'm gonna hear all the insults you call me.
That's hilarious. Okay, give me just a second.
Literally
I'm gonna
picked
go
up
get a
there.
bottle of wine so that I can get wasted
Oh
while watching
boy.
this. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Alright. So, hello everybody, and welcome to James and Rebecca Watch. And Rebecca's not here to correct me right now, because she's gone off to get a bottle of wine. And I'm already fucking shit-faced. I was on a live stream with a very lovely group of people called the Intoxicated Readers. You should all go and follow them on Twitch because they do some really good work. So yeah, I did a live stream
So the
with
bad
them,
news is
and
I
I'm
only get half a bottle of wine, but the good news is when we watched Cats, I threw up a full bottle of wine. So maybe this will just be enough to get me drunk without making me throw up.
great. Well, I just did the intro. I explained why I'm drunk, because
Oh,
I
we
did a
already did.
live stream with the Intoxicated Readers.
You did an intro
So,
without me?
yeah. So today we're going to be watching music. I have not seen music. The only thing I really know about music is from watching some of Rebecca's ranting about music, and I don't really care for Sia. She did that Chandelier song, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's my only exposure
Which also
to
had Maddie
Sia.
Ziegler in it in the music video.
Oh, wait, is she in this?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
And you didn't already
What
know.
is your what is your experience with music? The movie.
I have a lot of experience with this movie. Um, in fact, I've already seen it. It is,
Oh boy.
it is bad. It is very, very bad. Not to try and cloud your judgment, but beyond that, I also have experience. I actually saw clips of the movie before it came out, and I have been one of the leaders of the campaign on Autistic Talk to try and get this movie unreleased. And funny story.
But that's
Sia,
censorship.
funny story. Sia actually got her fans to cyberbully me specifically. That's not even an exaggeration. That
Oh,
actually happened.
that's fun.
Yeah, Sia responded to one of my tweets about the
Yeah.
movie, and her fans started just for a week on my Twitter. It was just nothing but people calling me the R slur over and over and over again. The funniest two that I got, one was just funny in a sad way, where they said, "This is why no one cares about autistics, and no one should ever care about autistics ever again."
Wait, so what side are they on?
They were on the side of Sia, saying that I was the
Are
reason
they?
that no one should ever care about autistic people. And the second one that I got, because
Okay.
my tweet had to do with calling Sia out for saying that autistic people are bad actors, because she actually did
Yep.
say that. And
Oh, that's good.
oh yeah, and a lady responded to my tweet saying, having autism and playing an autistic person does not make you a good actor. In fact, if anything, it actually makes you a bad actor because you didn't act anything." It was the
And
funniest
what did
one I
she do
got.
for a living?
I had no idea, but it wasn't acting.
Also, calm down, Sia. I've listened to Chandelier. You've not got that high a horse to sit on.
Oh,
Uh,
trust me, you'll see just how high of a horse she has to sit on with this movie. Are we ready? We
oh
don't even
boy.
have to do the New Year's
Um,
Eve countdown this time.
well, Yeah, let me just say, well, we still should, so we can sync our audio and then the listeners know when to click play. I just want to say, because Susan Wojcicki might listen to this, we are watching this totally legitimately on the totally legitimate sites that you can watch music on. And Rebecca is going to tell you that you shouldn't watch music totally legitimately. And I will say, what are you going to search? Free download of music? You can't find this movie anywhere because of the fucking title. So, yeah, if you want to watch along with us, you should definitely, wink wink, buy this movie, wink wink, like
Without
we
actually
did, wink
giving
wink.
any money. You should barter and
See,
trade
that's
for it.
Rebecca.
You should barter and trade
This is
for it.
that-
I gave a hand. I'm sure you guys have some other organs that you can use.
That's Rebecca doing her classic character of person who doesn't want you to give Sia money. I, wink wink, definitely want you to buy this movie legitimately, wink wink, to watch it with us, wink wink. Okay, are we ready for the
Yes,
countdown?
we're ready. James is already ahead of me. I have my bottle of wine. So we're about to get toasty
Yeah.
up in this bitch.
And also follow Intoxicated Readers on Twitch.
That actually does sound hilarious, so I am going to give it a follow. Not going to lie.
Oh, they're all AMDA people. It was great. I just did
Oh,
a
that's
live
even
stream
better.
with them
Who
like a
was
few
it?
hours ago. Oh, it's Nick Hellier,
Oh, of course
Sophie
it was.
Hasegawa, Zachary. Oh, what the
How come I
fuck's
never?
Zachary's last
You know what?
name?
No, hold on. We're gonna pause this for a moment because I just have a bone to pick with everyone at AMDA. Everyone at AMDA is doing all their podcasts and their YouTube channels. How come I never get invited to be on them? Because I have a legitimate bone to pick with that. I am technically the most famous person out of my entire graduating class, and I have not been invited to do shit by any of them. Use me for clout, bitches. God.
Oh boy,
Like
you keep
James
saying
does.
that. It-
James at least knows my worth and clout.
It's so true. I'm gonna fucking ride you as far as I can.
That sounds so dirty. Oh my god. I feel like I need to take a shower after hearing that. Alright, let's
Oh, you're
just...
gonna want to take a shower after this movie.
Oh, I really am. I really am. Are we
But
ready?
yeah, no, it's a bunch of people. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you want to talk about, if you know any like historical autistic people that are now dead, and you want to talk about them, then we'll get you on A Life in the Day, which is my podcast, my other podcast with Tyler Kuhn.
Okay, but if
We'll talk about
I
that
die,
later.
somebody can talk about me, though.
We can. We probably won't because we'll be too sad. A
Okay,
bit like
fair.
Stu Levin. We're not going to do an episode on Stu Levin.
Why did you have to bring that up? I'm
I
just
know.
having a
I
good
don't know.
night dreaming of my own demise.
I'm sorry. I'm drunk. I'm going to say that a lot.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. Let's do this. Alright, are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
5,
5,
Four,
4, 3,
three,
2,
1.
1. Fucking Sia's movie. Am I going to get audio of this?
You should be able to.
Okay.
We should
Oh,
have
there's not
tested
going to be
that
any closed
beforehand.
captioning. We
No,
probably
there's
should
not.
have. Oh dear.
Tell me if you can hear things. Can you hear it?
Oh, I think I heard something.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, Warner Music Group. I think they did the music for, the Nice Guys, which is one of my favourite movies. So
That actually is a really
this
good
is off
movie.
to a good start. I have a poster frame somewhere, but I
That is
don't
a
have it
really
up
good
right now.
Okay, why is
Yeah.
the first shot of the 14-year-old actress a shot of her in her underwear?
Oh, she's 14. Okay.
She was 14 when she filmed this, yes.
Oh,
Alright, are you
okay.
ready, James? Are you ready for this?
Yeah. So she slapped herself,
No, are you
and
really
now
ready
I
for
think
this?
she's in some sort of dream sequence.
Oh, just watch.
Oh, we should. We should watch The Accountant.
That is a good movie. I actually like that movie. And there it
Yeah.
is.
Oh. Oh, okay. So this is a
Ableist
this is
movie.
an this is an SLL skit from 1963.
It seems to be.
It looks like. Okay.
Okay, but let's just talk about the lyrics of this song, though. Because she says in the lyrics, "In my dreams, my body doesn't control me." Right here, listen. Which says that Sia has no understanding of what autism actually is. Because,
Are
like...
you saying that this wasn't written by an autistic person?
Oh, you couldn't tell?
You know,
What
this
is with the faces? Just what is with the faces? I just don't understand.
So I was on a cruise ship once. It was a very nice cruise ship, and on that cruise ship was Major, who was the lead singer of Snuff, not Snuffbox, Fluffbox.
Fucking face that she's
I
making.
don't know. It's, I mean, the stream I'm watching this on, totally legitimately on Discord, is only doing about 5 frames per second. So,
Oh, is it? Is it?
But I see faces. Don't worry, there's nothing we can do to fix it. But
If we go on Zoom, we can fix it instead of Discord.
it's fine. It's fine. I don't feel like I'm missing a lot. But yeah, I was on a cruise ship with Major, who was like sort of the second in command of the what do you call it? Live Aid. The like, hey, we gotta give Africans food thing.
The one that Queen was
And
at?
that, yeah, and that, you know, in hindsight, is a bit problematic because it's, it's sort of just painting Africa as like, oh, everyone's starving there, let's go
Poverty
help them,
porn.
and just ending it there. Yeah, but he seemed like a lovely person when I saw him. I'm sure that wasn't their intent, but I'm getting that same sort of vibe of like just naivete of like, let's do something for this community, but let's not talk to anybody in this community.
That is literally what
Let's
happened.
just,
You are not
yeah,
wrong. That
let's
is literally
just-
what happened.
yeah. Is that
Okay.
Sia?
Yeah, that is Maddie. Sia actually is in this movie, though. And
Wait, but is that not Sia? Is that Sia?
that's Maddie.
Who's
And-
Maddie?
Maddie Ziegler. Sia's muse.
Oh.
She is neurotypical, if you can't tell.
No, I meant the blonde woman.
Oh, that's their.
But I saw
that's
her
her
face.
grandma.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no, but Sia is in this film later. So the make 2 eggs and the braid your hair lines, I have issues with that because Sia straight up said that the reason she couldn't hire a nonverbal autistic actress was because she didn't know any that could do it. And she could have just stated that music is not a nonverbal character because clearly she can speak. But like, oh my god, Sia just told so many lies about this film to the autism community.
Also, I haven't seen the movie Peanut Butter Falcon, but I assume that the actor they got who has Down syndrome in that movie, I assume he didn't ruin that movie, judging from the fact that it got released. So you can have a neurotypical actors in movies portraying characters that have their same what's the word?
Disabilities?
Yes, disabilities. So it's been done before.
It's,
If they got
I mean, there was a certain film that was released about a month earlier to this one about autism that actually starred an autistic actress and was written by an autistic actress. Just saying.
oh, who was that? Wait, what was that?
Fuck you.
Hang on, let's. This does not feel like a 2020 movie.
No, it doesn't. It feels like a movie from like the early 90s.
It feels like a movie so far from the early 90s that is made by and for aunts of people with autism.
Yep.
It's not for anybody with autism.
Yep. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people had a problem with this specific scene because, as you can tell, she's like walking, she's doing a walk, but like the neighborhood is keeping an eye on her. And that's basically what they do every day is she goes for her daily walk and the neighborhood keeps an eye on her. That way she has like independence without actually being independent. But I
So
actually
the
like that. I think that that's sweet because the thing is, autistic people, a lot of us have a thing called compulsive wandering, which can get very dangerous if you are a higher support needs autistic. Okay, see, if she had just made this face throughout the movie, totally fine. But no, she keeps like sticking her gums out and doing the handstands, which like yes, some of us do, but when a neurotypical person does it, it feels like they're making fun of us.
yeah. What was I doing? Oh, I was looking for the budget to see how many simple dates you could make for this.
A lot.
Oh, 16 million.
Oh my god, that's so many simple dates.
It's a lot of a simple dates, but like for a feature-length movie, it's not a lot.
It's not.
And
It's not intended to be a major high budget picture.
yeah,
I
this will make you
imagine-
feel good, Rebecca. Though.
What?
Opening weekend, $220,000, and worldwide gross
Oh,
has
that
been
does make me feel so good.
$613,000.
That makes me feel so good.
Oh, so she's gonna die, and then
Yes.
are we gonna have like Harry Potter aunt and uncle?
No, just
Is
Harry
that what's
Potter
gonna
older
happen?
sister instead. Basically, Aunt
Can we just
Petunia if
watch-
she was single.
Can we just watch Harry Potter?
No, we watch bad movies on this channel.
It's not too late. Look,
Except
I'm
for
gonna
Paul
turn
Blart
around right
Mall
now.
Cop.
Actually,
Paul
has there
Blart
been a
Mar-
movie that I've watched that I don't like? Hang on.
Jaws 3D, you
No, I
hated
think-
it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I have an issue with this right here. I have a lot of issues with this movie. Be prepared to hear all my issues.
What?
She would have seen her grandmother immediately. She would have seen her. This idea that autistics don't
Yeah,
notice their
so-
surroundings, we do. We notice our surroundings very well.
If only there were autistic people out there that could be,
Oh God,
you know,
ghosts, what the
collaborated
hell?
with
Jesus Christ!
to make this movie.
My mom's dog just entered my room, and I had no idea he was even awake.
But you saw that surrounding of the dog entering the room.
Exactly.
So,
Oh yeah, I don't know if any of our viewers don't know this, but I am an actual person on the autism spectrum. I prefer to be called autistic, but some neurotypicals tell me that that's not okay for me. I
and
actually,
I am also, well, not also, but I am neurotypical, and I also am offended by Rebecca calling herself autistic.
I actually
It's,
offended a neurotypical person on my page by calling myself autistic. They straight up commented on one of my videos today. No offense, not to be rude or anything, but I've worked with autistic kids, and I don't think you're good representation for people on the spectrum. And I was like, how would that not be rude? How am I supposed to not take offense to that?
Oh, I like those socks. They're quite good.
Mm-hmm.
A little smiley face.
The socks
I'm
are
trying to
nice.
be positive. This
Okay,
is a
let's
positive
try and
channel
go
where we
with
watch movies.
positivity. That sequence where the mother dies was or the grandmother dies was handled nicely. I will give it that.
I see. I sort of see what they're going for because you have like the guy saluting the the paramedics, and then you have like the breakout into the like
dance,
different
the interpretive
reality. Yeah,
See,
which is
I think they're going for Julie Taymor style film, like across the universe kind of thing. But the
yeah.
thing that Julie Taymor does is when she makes a film that borrows from cultures, she includes those cultures. So if
Yeah, this seems
Go.
like a lot of people who are coming from a place of privilege, wanting to tell a story about people who do not come from the same place of privilege, and it just comes off as somewhere between naive and condescending.
She doesn't even care that her grandma died. Like she,
Oh, is that the Aunt Petunia?
yeah, that's her. That's Music's older sister.
Oh, okay.
She's a
I was
recovering
gonna
addict.
say something. Oh yeah, we to keep us from talking about music as much as possible while we watch music.
Oh my god.
Speaking of, oh, this really seems like an SLL sketch from like 2003. Is that Tig Notaro?
Yep.
Oh.
They brought
Huh.
so many good actors in on this because it was so many actors who thought that they were actually doing something for autistic people. That's the thing. They all saw that it was a movie about autism that was a musical, and they're like, that means that if we're participating, we're actually helping autistic people. But none of them actually
Yeah.
bothered to do real autism research or talk to actually autistic people. They did all the research that was done for this film was done through Autism Speaks, which is
Oh boy.
a hate group.
Oh boy. Yep. Wait, is that the guy from
Yep.
fucking
Yep, it's Joe.
Breaking Bad?
No,
Is
not
it
Breaking Bad.
Oh.
It's Joe
Oh.
from Princess Diaries.
Oh, I don't fucking know then.
He was also in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Wait, the one we watched?
No, the cartoon.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Wang Shitong, the librarian, the giant owl.
Oh, okay. So here's where I'm like coming from, like in the beginning watching this movie in terms of like the main actress, which is like, this is me talking as an actor, which is, you know, if you're an actor in a thing, like, you're a tool. And you're a tool to help tell the story, and it's mainly, for the most part, down to like the director to tell the story, and it's, you bring whatever you bring to the table, and you can put as much or as little work as possible, but you're ultimately a tool for the director to tell their story. So, oh, her name is Music.
Yes, her name is Music.
Oh, okay.
And
So I feel like
the other sister is named Zoo. See? Zoo, as in Z-U.
Is it,
Short for
oh,
kazoo.
not Zune.
Short for kazoo.
Okay. So is this just is this just gonna be a movie about how hard it is for the neurotypical people who
Yep.
have someone with
Yep.
autism in
Yep.
their life?
Yep.
Oh, great. Okay.
She's just, right now, she's calling a care facility to come pick up Music.
Okay. So this was... Oh, I'm trying to think of, like, not The Help, but there's... Oh, God. There's a movie where it's, like, experience the... I guess it is The Help. I think there's another movie I'm trying to think of where it's like, look at this movie about all these great black people, and the proud and the brave white people that helped bring their story
Oh,
and help them.
did you mean The Help and Hidden Figures and The Blind
I didn't watch
Side
Hidden
and
Figures.
basically every other movie that is about black people that is not made by black people?
Yeah, there's oh my god, there's one I'm thinking of, and it'll come to me eventually.
It's called the white
But yeah,
savior
this
trope. And yes, this is the
yeah
neurotypical
this is
savior
giving
trope.
me yeah
It is very common in disability movies. This is what members of the disability community, like myself, call inspiration porn. And it's.
not inspiring you.
No, that's the thing. It's not meant to inspire me. It's meant to inspire neurotypicals about
Yeah.
how they feel about me. Because they all like to think that they would be the one who really gets me, who sees that I'm just a neurotypical person trapped inside of an autistic body. But I'm not. I'm an autistic person in an
Yeah.
autistic mind. And there's
And all we
nothing
need
wrong with
is
that.
drugs to save that poor neurotypical person inside.
I do like that her special interest is the dogs, clearly. That's very cute.
Mm.
Not this dance sequence, but the sequence after this, I do want to give a warning to any autistic viewers that may be watching. It is a scene in which the character music is restrained. It was one of the biggest controversies of this film before it was released. Sia promised that she would take it out of the film before releasing it, and she lied. She also promised that if she couldn't take it out, she would release it with a warning. Again, she lied. So
I
would
didn't
like
see a warning.
Yeah, there wasn't one. So
To be fair, this is the totally legitimate version of this
No,
movie.
even on
Wink,
Amazon.
wink.
Even on Amazon.
Oh, are they in LA?
No, they are in New York.
I swear to God, I just saw the US Bank building.
They're supposedly in New York. That's where we were told that it was supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
But it's just
See, so
I just wanted to warn the autistic audience who might be listening in that the scene is very graphic and hard to watch.
yeah.
Especially for those who have gone through the trauma of being restrained. Also, this dress is a sensory nightmare.
I don't know. I'm watching this at 2 frames per second. It seems okay by me. Oh, this is not the Lady Gaga, the Katy Perry album cover.
Yeah, it's horrendous. This is a sensory nightmare.
Oh, I feel like I should have taken LSD before I watched this. Is that Calvin? Oh, Calvin Klein. I wonder how much they paid to get their underwear in the...
Right?
Oh dear, the poor sister. She got woken up in the morning. Can we just watch Peanut Butter Falcon?
Nope.
I want to watch that now, just to see, like, what it's like to tell a story with, you know, someone who's not neurotypical.
Okay. This is a
With an
very
actor who...
difficult scene for me to watch. I just warn you right now. This is...
Oh, is the food not going to be right?
No, it's that she doesn't know how to communicate with music. She doesn't know what music wants. And so music is having a meltdown. And this is just an offensive portrayal. Just, it really is.
Yeah. Which I'm watching a slideshow right now. Oh boy.
I should have emailed you the copy before this. That's my bad. I just want to point out what he does here. This is completely illegal in the state of New York. And he's referring to it as crushing her with love.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
I
Oh.
would like to point out that that is not only the same restraint that killed George Floyd, but that restraint has killed 107 people since 2010. Many of them disabled people, many of them black disabled people. And the fact that they included it in this movie and included it as something that you're supposed to do to an autistic person who is having a meltdown is absolutely horrendous and disgusting.
I was just about to say, but Rebecca, it worked. So, this movie very clearly defines what is fantastical and what is a very grounded, naturalistic look at a story involving someone with autism.
Oh, yeah.
And that restraint was very clearly, for lack of a better word, in the real world, which means that if I try that in the real world, it will work. And then I will be able to bang a hot girl with funky hair. Because I assume that's where this movie is going. By the way, that was sarcasm. Yeah. But also, I do like how, I do like how you're like, yeah, that's my bad. I should have sent you the full thing, because it's like, yes, I am a neurotypical person, and now I am inconvenienced. I am the true hero of this commentary about a movie about neurotypical people who are inconvenienced.
I'm like ready to pause this so that we could do this
I don't-
over Zoom.
No, it's fine. We're
Because
going
when we
now.
watched it over Zoom, we had no difficulties like that. So I think it's just Discord.
Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like everybody watching this has already watched the commentary you did over Zoom.
Oh, we're not releasing it. Because we wound up
Oh.
having to pause it. The first time I watched that restraint scene, I had a meltdown myself. And I legitimately started crying and was just
Oh.
so disgusted because watching that, it was like, oh, this is how neurotypicals see me. And it's not good. It's not how I am, but that's how neurotypicals see me. And that is a very, very difficult feeling.
Yeah. That just reminded me. Have you do you have an opinion on what's it called? The Strange Incident of the Dog in the Night?
I've never seen it,
I think
actually.
that's what it's called. Oh, okay.
Wait,
I
is that a
watched
play?
it. It's a play, yeah.
Is that the one with the disabled kid with the brother who's an author?
No. It's I read it not too long ago, because for our final at AMDA listeners, we had to pick a play and then like pitch a like production of the play, so we had to do casting and set design and all that sort of thing.
Mine was Bad Jews.
Um,
Because I'm Jewish.
Oh yeah, and then mine was, I think it's called The Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, something like that. It's about a boy with autism. Yeah, it's good.
It's good, I guess.
Or I mean, this is coming from a neurotypical person, so I don't want to sound like the authority on it, but
Honestly,
yeah.
I'm just happy
The-
you didn't
the-
ask me about The Good Doctor or Atypical. That's all I care about. I get asked about how I feel about those shows every
Yeah.
single day. I'm not even exaggerating. It's literally every single day somebody on my TikTok asks me how I feel about that. So I wind up having to make a video about it every 3 weeks.
So she's just gonna get satisfaction from a book that has like 3 pictures of dogs.
Okay, I'll give it that is
Is-
not necessarily inaccurate, because I have watched the same 3 shark documentaries over and over and over again because they make me happy.
Right, but like, I don't mean, I don't want to stereotype. I'm very much coming from a place of ignorance, but my assumption is that most non-verbal autistic people
Actually,
won't sit down and read a book about dogs.
That's 100% inaccurate. Also, most
Oh, okay, then.
non-speaking autistics prefer to be called non-speaking because they are verbal. It's just they don't speak the same language as neurotypicals. But they, like all autistics, have the ability to hyperfocus. We can sit, if it's something having to do with our special interests, like most of us will just sit there for hours upon end without moving.
Oh. Well, never mind. I take that back.
You're good.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so the story of the dog in the nighttime. My one sort of, I guess, complaint,
I
but
wanna
my one
point
sort
out-
of caveat.
I don't know if you've seen
Yep.
him in your like 1 frame per second that you've been getting, but like the kid in the background that they keep cutting to, his name is Felix. They never say his name in the entire movie. He adds nothing to the plot, and yet they continue to give him a side plot that adds nothing throughout the entire film.
Cool.
But go on, your
what
one
was I
complaint
saying?
with
Oh,
the
yeah.
dog in the night.
Yeah. Like I actually watched the touring production in Arizona, and it, from a simple date with the car alarm setting off a meltdown, I would imagine it would be very difficult for someone on the spectrum to sit through that play, because it was very overstimulating.
See, that's my biggest issue with many films and TV shows and plays that have to do with autism. They want to appropriate our story and tell our story without making it inclusive for us. That's why it's all inspiration porn. That's why it's all performative activism at best. Because they make no effort to actually help us. They just want to help neurotypicals feel better about the way they feel about us.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Which is partly why I chose it as like a production, because I wanted to find a way of doing it so you still had the same experience for neurotypicals, but then, people who would be overstimulated by it could still watch it. I think I found an interesting way of doing it, but I won't get into it now, because
That is funny. Sorry, she had Monopoly money hidden away. Not actual money.
That was good. I saw 2 frames of it. Also, I'm 97% sure that's the US Bank building.
It was portions of this were filmed in LA.
Okay. Is this really set in New York?
Yep.
Because they very clearly showed the US Bank building like 4 times now.
It just really bothers me, though, that Kate Hudson and Leslie Odom Jr. both think that this is a really, really good portrayal of autism. Like, both of them have gone on record stating that they think it's an excellent portrayal of autism. No, neither one of them are autistic, and no, neither one of them even know autistic people.
Yay.
That,
Still, Tig
okay,
Notaro, though,
that right
so.
there, what she just did, do not ever do that to an autistic person. Especially if it's...
I think I missed it.
She turned off the TV.
Oh, okay.
Do not ever do that to an autistic person. If it is one of our special interests, or it is scheduled time, especially if it is both, do not interrupt. That is the quickest way to send a meltdown. Like... Okay.
But also, that's just sort of being a dick.
She just said that music has seizures, right? Which epilepsy is a common comorbidity for people with autism. So, why the fuck are there so many flashing lights in this movie? If your main character can't handle it...
Because it's not made for autistic people.
But the main character is autistic! So if your main character can't handle it, why add it? This is
Yeah.
more proof she doesn't know
That's
what she's
very
talking
much.
about.
That's very much The Dog in the Nighttime, but it is based on a novel, so maybe that's worth a read
Also, I want to point out this
or the
character
play.
makes absolutely no sense. He's supposed to be like
The sister?
no, this guy,
Oh,
her drug dealer.
he's a pro.
It's Ben Schwartz. Yes.
Wait, but that hair.
Yep. It is appropriating
Wait,
black
what?
culture.
Wait. Yeah, no, I was about to say, are you telling me that someone in this movie is going to appropriate a different culture without someone, what do you call it?
Yeah. See,
Be like
it's supposed
communicating with someone.
it's supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to be a joke that he is the cringy guy who appropriates black culture, which would be funny if they did not appropriate
If the movie
black
didn't
culture
do the same thing.
in every single dance sequence. Like the box braids, they darken music's skin in all the dance sequences. Like, what the F? Oh yeah, she's a recovering drug addict who no longer does drugs, but still deals them.
Cool. I relate to these characters.
So much. Oh, you missed it
That is
earlier
fucking Ben Schwartz.
when she was talking to Ebo, Leslie Odom Jr.'s character. She straight up said, "I'm gonna drop music off at the People Pound."
Okay.
She's a horrendous person.
So we root for this person?
Yep.
Okay. That's good. Can we watch Middleditch and Swartz
No.
instead of this?
No, I wish.
Okay. Please. Oh, Jesus. So,
really-
so is she negotiating over drugs?
About money. I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, I want to care. I really
Here's
want
the-
to care.
I really wish that Ben Schwartz wasn't a part of this because I love Ben Schwartz. I adore him. I really do. I think he is such a fantastic actor and he's so much fun, but it breaks my heart that he's a part of this because of how much I adored him as a performer and how
Well,
much
it's-
this hurts my community.
Yeah. I mean, there is so much research that we can, like, expect actors to do before they sign on to a role.
I mean,
And then if it's, like, if they change what it... So, you, like, a few episodes ago, you talked about your, like, stupid question to, fucking Shaggy. Jesus.
oh, Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard, thank you. Yeah, and my stupid question to Matthew Lillard was, so like Scooby-Doo, you know, it was written by James Gunn, who had done Scream, and it was supposed to be like an R-rated comedy. So
Scream
I was,
or Scooby-Doo?
you know, so James Gunn wrote Scream.
I thought you,
And he-
yeah, but you
I
said
think-
Scooby-Doo, which was supposed to be an R-rated comedy, and I'm like, what?
It was.
Scooby-Doo?
It was. James Gunn wrote and directed. I'm pretty sure he wrote and directed Scream with Matthew Lillard, and then he
Scream,
wrote
yes.
and he wrote Scooby Doo. I don't remember if he directed it or not. And they got
Probably not.
Matthew Lillard, and originally it was going to be a more adult, like, parody of Scooby Doo.
Oh, that would have been fun.
And yeah, and then, you know, partway through filming it, they changed it to just make it, you know, more Scooby-Doo. So my question to him was like, so when did you know that this, like, project was changing? And, you know, could you notice? And, you know, like, that sort of thing. And, you know, Matthew Lillard was a lovely person. He was very good to come and talk to us. Not a lot of, you know, I appreciate him coming to talk to us, but his response from my memory was, yeah, you're doing a fucking job. You just show up and do the fucking job, you fucking idiot. Fuck you.
At least he didn't
That's
Look at
in no way verbatim.
but
that's like-
you know what? I changed my mind. There is such a thing as a stupid
There
question.
are stupid questions. Oh, his eyes said, "That's a stupid question."
No, but here's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do a movie about autism, the bare minimum that you should do is talk to an autistic person.
Yeah,
And,
like,
like,
you probably, like, I'm sure Sia knows someone who is an
She
aunt
does.
of someone.
no. She knows an
Who-
autistic person. She based this off of a friend's son. But the problem is that the man that it is based off of, one, is a man, two, he is a black man. You cannot tell the story of an autistic black man through the lens of a neurotypical white girl. That is just impossible. That is not how it works, because the autism experience for men and women is two totally different things.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, all she would have had to have done is, like, talk to actual people on the spectrum. And her excuse,
Yeah, I was.
legitimately, was that she didn't think that autistic people could talk. Like, that's literally what she said in an interview. That they can't tell me how good of a job I'm doing. And I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, unless they're on Twitter. They can't
No,
tell me how
she
good of a job I'm doing
specifically said
because
they
I
can't
send
get on
people
Twitter
to
and tell me
harass
how good
them.
of a job that I'm doing. And I responded. What
Meanwhile,
the fuck
not,
did we do then?
autistic.
What the fuck do you call the controversy that we caused for this film?
The fact that you're talking about how autistic people can't talk is probably in response to all the autistic people talking
And-
about what a bad job you did.
Like, non-speaking autistics run actual blogs. That's the thing that she doesn't seem to understand. That's proof that she didn't do her research. Because there are actual...
Just Google autism!
There are literal blogs run by non-speaking autistics. There's so many of us on Autistic Talk. Like, what the fuck is up with these costumes? And what is with these
I like the
faces?
colours.
No, I like the colors.
I like the
but what's
colours.
with the giant pink balls? What's with the testicles?
Oh, I have no idea. My TV's too shit.
What is with her faces?
You know, minus the faces, I kind of dig the dance sequences, even though I can't, like, watch them.
You haven't gotten to the worst
Like,
ones. You haven't gotten to the worst ones.
I-
I'm sorry, the choreographer for this is just as ableist as Sia. Especially
Okay,
since
I'm gonna do.
everyone who worked
I'm
on
gonna
this,
do.
I'm not lying, like, literally everyone who has worked on this project has disabled all comments about the film. Like, on their Instagrams and everything. Because they've all been trying to promote it, and autistic people are like, hey, you're promoting something that hurts us. And they don't like hearing that.
And they're like, holy shit, you can talk! What the fuck?
Yeah. I got blocked by one of them because I commented on their Instagram when they promoted the film. I said, I have a question for you, because there was an autistic boy who was killed by the prone restraint by police last year. His name was Eric Parsa.
Is that the I'm crushing you with love?
I commented on this person's Instagram, and I said, well, I did this on Sia's Instagram as well, but Sia hasn't blocked me yet. But I said, hey, Sia, question.
Yet.
Did the police who killed Eric Parsa crush him with love? Every time I comment
that's
that,
terrible.
it gets deleted or I get blocked. And it's like, it's a real question. It's a real question. Like, the prone restraint that is promoted in this film kills autistic people. And I do not let people get away with doing that. Like, promoting things that actively hurt my community without me saying shit.
Here's the thing, you want to make this about the neurotypical people around autistic people. What if, I'm not saying this would be good, but here's a different route that you could have taken in the writing of this movie. He fucking tackles her to the ground and completely restrains her, and does a terrible thing and says, "I'm crushing her with love," and then music dies. And
Yeah.
what do you do now?
That's more realistic.
How? It's not impossible. Anyway,
Also,
so just as an experiment,
I want to point out, because you didn't get to see it because you were seeing it at like half a frame per second.
3 frames per second, yeah.
But he literally like body slammed her to the ground. Like there was a loud
Oh, Jesus
thud.
Christ.
Like he picked her up and
Fucking
dropped
hell.
her like she was a chair in WWE.
But it's fine, because music is, very... She's very... That was fucking West... what's it? Lakes.
Maybe this is
Silver
Hollywood.
Lake.
Maybe
This is LA.
Hollywood.
Yeah, this...
They said
Yeah,
it was
this
New
is
York,
LA.
so they either lied or they did a very bad job.
I mean, I just saw a yellow taxi in the background. So, did the person who got the establishing
I
shots
actually
not
like this shot though.
communicate?
That's actually cool. Not gonna lie.
Sort of like Lord of the Rings.
A little bit, yeah.
Anyway, okay, so I did an experiment. I went on our Rebecca and James Watch YouTube channel because there's no sort of previous watching to fuck with the algorithm.
Have you noticed that they
And I just
shoot her
searched
like the shark from
autism.
Jaws? Sorry, I don't mean to be a dick, but like, look, they only shoot her like partially. They shoot her like the shark from Jaws.
Okay, let me just finish this. Okay, so I just searched autism on YouTube, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos down from Purple Ella. Oh wait. Oh, where'd it go? There was something.
Okay, hold on. I have a problem with this.
Hold on, I'll be back.
I have a problem with this. They're saying that music would get overwhelmed just by looking at people, which is why she looks away. That is not true. That's not true. It's eye contact that we have issues with. We can look at people. We just can't look them in the fucking eye. Which is why we usually look like either up or down. Because, like, I can't. Or if you notice, like, have you ever noticed that anytime I talk to people, I'm, like, on my phone? It's because I'm trying to avoid looking them in the eye.
But then to quote a different movie about autism. Oh,
Warning.
come on, no, you just sound like most millennials.
Ha! Funny. Warning, this is another restraint scene. Sorry, I should have given a warning to our viewers beforehand. The restraint has not happened
If you're
yet,
upset... I don't mean to sound condescending, but if you're upset by people treating people with autism badly, maybe give this movie a pass.
What?
Like, if someone being tackled to the ground is upsetting, and, like, people with autism being treated very, very badly, if that's something that
you're
is
saying
upsetting
don't watch the
to
movie.
people... Yeah, maybe don't... Maybe I don't, I don't want to sound condescending, but maybe don't.
That's like, make it okay. Just
Oh,
yeah.
No, that's not what I meant. Yeah, no, I meant don't watch this movie.
I was very confused.
No.
I was like,
Yeah,
what? James!
That was not my intent, no.
You want to know why people
Well, at least she's vaguely...
People should be...
At least she's vaguely the same size as the person she's tackling.
It doesn't matter. That can still lead to death or long-term damages. I'm gonna look up and see if restraints are illegal in the state of California. States where prone restraint is illegal. But if you want to hear a good description of what it's like to be on the other end of that, I highly recommend watching the 5-minute short film Listen, which was done by the organization
that is
Communication
100.
First. And they have actual victims of restraint prone restraint survivors discuss their experiences, and they're all nonverbal autistics or non-speaking autistics. Sorry, I'm still getting like used to saying it. Okay, yeah, the prone restraint is illegal in California too. So there's like
Cool.
no reason for them to do it. But like
Also, that is 100% the US bank building.
okay, well your face is 100% the US bank building.
I wish. Do you have any idea how expensive that fucking thing is? I want a glass slide coming out my face. That would be cool.
But like this movie is just it'd be fine if it was just a bad movie, but it's actually a harmful movie. And that's what irritates me about it. Is it's not just bad. It has the audacity to be both bad and dangerous.
Yeah,
Pick a struggle movie.
Oh, the light went out. Oh, it's a blackout.
Oh god.
I'm running. How far are we into this? I'm running out of things to say.
It's just a bad
This is
movie.
just-
It's a bad movie.
It's dull. They really went for something.
Because they thought
Hey.
that they could capitalize on just autism alone. Because neurotypicals eat that shit up. Like, what Maddie is doing by taking on this role is what we in the disabled community call cripping up. It is the appropriation of disabled culture in order to win an Academy Award. It gets done by actors all the time. They talk about it. They joke about it in Tropic Thunder. That's what Ben Stiller's character was doing with Simple Jack. He's cripping up.
You never go full.
Hold on, I'll say it. I'll say it because I'm the autistic one and I'm allowed to. You never go full retard.
Yes. Yep. And that's it. I'm getting very strong Simple Jack vibes.
Yep. That's what most of us in the autism community have started calling this movie. We started calling it Simple Jack the Musical.
Oh my god. Except in Simple Jack, they were never like, oh no, Simple Jack's too simple. Better stab him in the throat. Because that's what you do to simple people. And then they stab him in the throat, and Simple Jack's better. And they're like, hey, you see that? That's what you do.
And like, what annoys me most is that like every time I bring up how this is a really disrespectful performance, everyone always asks me 3 questions. What about Leonardo DiCaprio and What's Eating Gilbert Grape? What about Sean Penn and I Am Sam? And what about Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump? Are we going to cancel all of them? No.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about what happened 30 years ago. We found those performances offensive back then. We did. Like, people actually really did not like What's Eating Gilbert Grape. They found the performance offensive. Disabled people did. Neurotypical people eat that shit up. Because for some reason, y'all get really excited when a neurotypical person can pretend to be disabled. Even though in any other context, pretending to be disabled is extremely offensive. But for some reason, the second you put a camera in front of it, it's art. Tell me how that makes sense.
I like that TikTok. That was a good TikTok.
I mean,
also, what about Al Jolson? Just because a performance was acceptable at one point doesn't mean that we can't evolve past that being acceptable. Not everything that was acceptable at one point is still acceptable. We can move forward as a society and say, hey, maybe don't do this anymore.
I want to point out, the funny thing is about this song, I think it's this song, it's called Eye to Eye in a musical about autism. And autistic people famously have trouble making eye to eye on contact. writing a song called Eye to Eye.
They... Okay, I keep seeing yellow cabs. I legit feel like they thought this movie was going to be set in New York, and then they sent a B team out to get all the establishing shots, and they just shot LA, and they didn't know what city this was going to be in.
Honestly, you're
Oh
right.
my god. You know, you can have this for free, Rebecca. Are you ready for this?
What?
This movie, it feels like the people making this movie is a bit like the SpongeBob meme, where it's like the city's on fire and like everybody's dead, and they're like, "We did it, Patrick! We made a movie about autism!"
Yes, that is exactly what this movie is. You are 100%
It's like-
accurate in that assessment. You are 100%.
It's like, you're really trying to do a good job, and you think your heart's in the right place, but you're not acknowledging anyone else. You are just so determined that you are right in what you're doing
But that's the
that
thing.
you're not.
That is neurotypicals. And honestly, like, this kind of media presents that idea. Because you have no idea how many neurotypicals I get into arguments with on TikTok because they tell me that I'm wrong about my own fucking disability. Like, I'm not joking. It happens every single day. Some neurotypical who is not autistic will tell me, I work with autistic kids and you're not autistic. And I'll be like, okay, well, I guess I wasted all of the time and money that it took to get a professional fucking diagnosis.
Oh, fuck, what was that? You know, I was worried that I wouldn't have a lot to add to the conversation of this movie, but I am a citizen of the United Kingdom, and the slogan for the United Kingdom is, "We know what's best for you." And that is very much what is...
That really is the United Kingdom, though. That's why y'all colonized everything, took all these places, and then decided you didn't like any of them.
That's why we fucked up literally half the planet. We thought we were doing the right thing. We fucking weren't. We didn't listen to anybody else.
You know what's one of the biggest problems of movies like these, though? Like, not only do they do the prone restraint thing, but let's pretend like the prone restraints aren't in the movie at all. Let's just sidetrack that for a second. Even without the prone restraints, this still hurts autistic people. Because what we in America like to forget is that media affects perception. That's why propaganda works. And when all of the media about autism presents autism as looking like this, it stops people like me from actually getting diagnosed. Because the thing about autism is the key to handling it and knowing how to handle it well is getting diagnosed with it as early as possible, because it gives an explanation for all of your inexplicable behaviors. But because I don't look like that, I didn't get diagnosed. So I lost out on years worth of accommodations that could have actually helped me in the long run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, until you were 14, and for a girl
15.
that's early.
I was 15. And for a girl, that is actually early.
Yeah. No, I've watched... I've
almost
watched
like
A
you watched
Simple
that
Date
scene.
so many fucking times.
Hey, you know
So
what?
many times.
If I do say
You know
so
when-
myself, it's a good movie, alright?
It is. Even if this movie wasn't showing you how to kill an autistic person and saying that that's the right thing to do to an autistic person, music's the person that music is the antagonist.
Yeah, she's the reason for all the
Like-
problems in Zoo's life. That's what all of these...
She
films about disability.
She is the antagonist. Yeah.
They always present autism
And the
as a difficult thing that the neurotypicals have to deal with without
Yeah.
actually taking the time to explore what it's like for us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's
Wait.
giving us his backstory.
Wait, they're gonna murder someone?
It's a joke
Wait.
because the thing is, his
Aw.
brother is marrying his ex-wife, and he got invited to the wedding.
Wow. How interesting.
Yep. His other brother, his younger brother,
Wow.
the one with autism, got murdered in his village because the people of Ghana believe that autism is a curse. That's words from the movie. That's not me saying that. This movie is terrible for so many reasons.
Well, I'm not gonna touch that with a
With a 10-foot
50-yard pole.
Well, especially since your people
Yeah.
colonized that country too.
Yeah, I'm
Colonizer.
just gonna skirt around there. And, you know, I will say this though, I like Music's watch. It's a white Casio F91W.
Fucking
A very
watches.
classic watch. It might be a G-Shock, which
Here's the
is
thing about
a
watches
good
with
choice
autistic
because you
people,
can...
though.
Oh boy.
Here's the thing about watches and why most autistic people actually need them. In any other case, I would say that the person doesn't actually need a watch because we have a phone and that has a clock.
Oh, I will
But
vigorously
anyways.
argue with you on this.
Anyways, autistic people a lot of us lack what's called interoception, which means that our bodies don't send us signals. So like a lot of autistics, their bodies don't tell them when they're hungry. So they never actually wind up feeling hungry. So they have to set alarms on watches to remind them to eat. And a lot of autistics, and this one I actually suffer from as well. A lot of autistics, our bodies don't tell us when to go to the bathroom. So we have to set reminders on our watches and phones to tell us to go to the bathroom.
Huh.
When it comes to the eating one, my body doesn't send the full signal. So I never know when I'm full, which is why if you notice during my entire time at AMDA, I never stopped eating. Because my body does not tell me when it's done eating.
Oh, that was a good transition.
That was. The transitions are actually
I'm
good.
just-
I'm not gonna lie. But you know what
Yeah.
doesn't make sense
Someone
to me?
cared.
This is
What's
a
that?
musical, but none of them sing. Even in this fantasy world, they don't sing. What is
I
with
see you
the
doing all the
faces?
singing.
But how is it that Leslie Odom Jr. won a Tony for Hamilton and then went on to do this?
Was he, Burr?
Yeah, that's Aaron Burr, sir.
Oh. Oh, shit.
But-
oh.
How do
The
they
Jesus.
go from that to this?
It's Sia.
And like, I don't mean
If
to
I
be...
didn't know about this movie, and someone offered me saying like, "Hey, Sia is directing her first movie. Do you want to be in it?" I'd be like, "Fuck yeah!" But now I'd be, after this movie, I'd be like, "Oh no, thank you," because I know you would come and stab me.
I would, I absolutely would. Actually,
I wouldn't be up.
Sia has said she's not making movies anymore.
Oh, good. By the way, I just want to point out that neither me or Rebecca wish any bodily harm to Sia
No,
or
I
anyone
don't.
involved with this movie.
See,
Yeah.
Here's the thing. A lot of people ask me what I want Sia to do in order to make up for this. You know what's the actual way to make up for this?
Shut the fuck up and let someone else talk.
No,
And
well,
don't block them.
that, yeah. But also, it's not to just stop making movies. Make movies written by actual autistic people. Make movies directed by actual autistic people. Make movies starring actual autistic people. That's the actual way to make up for the harm that you did to the community. Apologize and then
She
boost
could
our voices.
produce.
Exactly.
Yeah, she could produce She could produce A Simple Date, the Netflix movie or series.
Fuck, she can have Maddie in it. I don't give a shit. I mean, Maddie can't be Rachel, but Maddie can
Oh,
be a friend. I don't care.
yeah. So that was an LA metro bus, the orange bus. That's straight up LA.
And yet they
But
say that
also,
it's in
did
New
you see
York.
any?
I don't get it.
Did you? Yeah, that was legit. That actually happened on Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well.
Oh
There was
God,
a scene
hold
in
on.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they're like standing out on the street, and I'm just like, you are standing on the Walk of Fame, and there's an orange metro bus behind you.
This is gonna be. I'm warning you. This is gonna be the cringiest moment in the entire movie.
Oh boy.
Hold on, it's not here yet. It's like 30 seconds away, but it is the cringiest moment in this entire movie. It is bad. It is bad. That is a Sia wig.
No.
Yep.
No.
Sia is buying drugs. Wait till you hear her reason.
No. Wait, is that Sia?
This is Sia. That she's talking to right now.
Oh. Oh, okay. That is slightly less cringy. I thought they would just...
No, it's cringy.
Stop trying to be a hero! Is she gonna Johnny Depp drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh, she did it. Oh my god. Oh, that is the cringiest thing I have ever heard. That is the most self-indulgent thing that I think anyone has ever put in a movie ever. Like,
That was just like Ben Schwartz with the dreadlocks, where it's like, you're making fun of Sia thinking that she knows what's best for other people, and in actuality, it's not good to ship people drugs. Like, you're making fun of the thing you're doing!
exactly.
You're doing a thing and saying this is bad, but you're doing the exact thing! Holy shit! This is better than I imagined. This is amazing.
Right? I told you this movie is bad. It's so self-indulgent.
Holy shit!
It's so self-indulgent.
Oh my god.
Apparently, she originally wanted Beyonce, but Beyonce was busy. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Oh, those lyrics right there. I take a trip into
Is
my
that
magic
Frida
mind,
Carlisle?
but everything is right here. That is the problem with this movie. The fact that Sia thinks that in our minds we don't want to be autistic. That's what she fundamentally misunderstands about autism. Because, see, the thing is, and I know not every autistic agrees with me, and not every autistic person has to. We're not a monolith. But for the most part, most of us don't have a problem with autism. We have a problem with the way other people see autism. Most of us would not take an autism cure even if they had one available. Because, like, if I took a cure for my autism, like, sure, I wouldn't have sensory overload, but, like, would I love sharks as much as I do? Would I be as creative as I am? Would I have the hyper focus? I know for damn sure if I didn't have my autism, I wouldn't be as good of an actress as I am. And that's not me tooting my own horn. I am a good actress, I'm not gonna lie. But I wouldn't be as good as I am because I wouldn't have had to mask as a child. I wouldn't have had to go through the trauma of pretending to be neurotypical every day that led me to something that I actually do love doing. And it's a fundamental misunderstanding of what autistic people want in this world. Neurotypicals seem to think that because we're not neurotypical, we're miserable. But no, I'm happy being autistic. I would much rather be autistic than neurotypical. No offense, James.
Oh, I wasn't offended until you said that. I mean, this
I genuinely
This may
mean
be-
no offense.
I mean, I don't know. I'd say I'm more obsessed with watches and cars than you are about sharks.
Do you have a hello and
Boom.
welcome back to Watch Time? No. I have hello and welcome back to Dangerous Smilefish series, which I'm really trying, really desperately, to get Neil Pamela Slug to notice me.
Have you seen how much I've posted on my Instagram story about watches
That's story.
and cars?
That is story. That is different. Mine is all.
I don't have a TikTok.
Mine is all. Get a TikTok about watches. There's probably Watch Talk. Hold on.
Maybe I
I'm
will.
gonna look it up and see if there's Watch Talk. Because there's a TikTok for everyone. Watch Talk.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this oh fuck. What was I
Oh
gonna
my
say?
god, there
so
is Watch
this may.
Talk.
Of course there is.
There is. There really
Better
is
than
a TikTok
sharks.
for. It is not better than sharks. Do your watches eat things? No.
They eat my wallet.
Sharks don't eat wallets. Wallets are gross.
They eat my fucking bank balance. That's what they eat.
Sharks,
Yeah, that is LA.
fish,
That is 100% LA.
seals, squid, manta ray, and other sharks. And occasionally dolphins when dolphins are being douchebags. Oh, you're missing the big dramatic reveal of this. So she was delivering AIDS medication to someone, and it turns out it's Evo.
Oh no.
Yeah, he has AIDS.
Oh
That's
no.
his big reveal, is that he has AIDS. Which I don't even know
I kind of
why that's a big deal.
I kind of want to start singing the song from Team America.
Everybody
it
has
seems
AIDS,
like it would
AIDS,
be-
AIDS, AIDS.
There you go. You sing it.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I sympathize with the people who suffer from HIV and AIDS, but it's not a death sentence anymore. You know what I mean? Not in this day and age with modern technology. Like, it's still a big deal, don't
Can
get
we
me wrong.
watch Dallas? Can we watch Dallas Buyers Club?
That's not a bad
Like, I know
movie.
that's a straight savior. I know it's sort of like a white straight savior, but it's competent. Or it was competent.
The trans
from what I
community
remember.
disagrees with you, but that's fine.
Oh, well, never mind.
Because, see, the thing is...
I'm not gonna get into a fight about...
No, I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
Jared
fight with you.
Leto.
It's just
No, I know,
like,
I know.
Statistically speaking, when there is a movie about trans people, in which the trans character is not played by an actual trans person, attacks against trans people. Oh God! If you missed that, the autistic character music just went under a park bench and started chewing gum from underneath the park bench. That's what Sia thinks of autistic people.
Rebecca, I know the answer to this question, but just so that we, have a very clear understanding, have you ever eaten gum off of a park bench?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I do have to say this as a but, though. But,
You have eaten a bee.
no, Music's character is allergic to bees, by the way. She's allergic to bee stings.
Are they gonna
that's
get
why
the
this is a
sting
big
out of
deal.
her?
No, they're taking her to the ER. By the way,
But is she gonna get the stinger out of her?
these 13 doctors here and actors, these are the 13 neurodivergent people that Sia cast that she said was a reason why we couldn't criticize her for casting Maddie Ziegler. They make up less than 1
Wait.
minute of screen time.
Wait, that was it?
That was it. They are gone from the rest of the movie. I'm not joking.
They didn't
I'm not
say
being
anything.
sarcastic. That is it. That is it.
I
No.
don't even know
No.
how to process that information. Oh, good, the fat guy's not going to be fat anymore.
No, he's
Is
still
that what's
fat.
happening there?
No, he's the Ferdinand the Bull character.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm still trying to fucking wrap my brain around.
Yeah. I was saying.
So basically, they had neurodivergent people as a cameo.
My butt, not my actual butt. The butt that I had before. When you asked me if I have ever eaten gum off a park bench. One of my stims when I was young, when I was like 13, well, younger than 13, was that I used to chew on pennies.
Oh,
Yeah, I used.
cool.
It was a weird stim. I don't know why I did it. It was just something that I did. But yeah, that's like as close as I got to that.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
She lost all the drugs.
Well, no.
She lost all the drugs that she was supposed to be selling. They're all gone. Not only is she a drug dealer, she's a very bad one.
That was an NYPD car, wasn't it?
Yep. In the middle of LA.
Where are we? Where the fuck is this movie set? Also, I like how literally this movie's like, oh no, she lost all the drugs that Sia was going to give to people in third world countries.
Right?
Dun dun dun.
What
So
would
hey,
you
Sia,
ever do to
leave
help
people alone.
people of Haiti?
Sing about chandeliers and some shit. You know chandeliers. You probably
Sing
own
about-
chandelier.
Yeah, like rich
Do
people
that.
stuff. No, there actually is a good number.
Yeah.
Okay, so you heard the mechanical "I am sad" thing, right? You heard that audio?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I haven't taken in
it
any
was
of the
just
lyrics of
now.
this movie.
But like, so music is using a communicator, a mechanical communicator, and the group Communication First had a big issue with that because Communication First is run entirely by non-speaking people. I'm very drunk, which is why I'm slipping up more than usual, so I apologize. I'm still trying to correct myself. But
It's okay. I'll say more
Those-
offensive things to
those
distract.
devices are a lot more complicated. They don't just say, I'm happy, I am sad, or I am scared, like the film presents them as. They're like basically phonetic keyboards. You type in the full thing that you want to say. They're not just pre-programmed little things. We're about to encounter the only good musical number in the entire thing that actually makes sense.
Oh.
Because it's all about her getting drunk. Breaking her sobriety.
Oh, cool.
Because the thing is, this is what Sia should have made a musical about. Because Sia has experience in this. Sia was an addict. You know what I mean? This is what she actually does know.
Yeah. Why did she wake up and say, you know what, I need to make an autism movie?
Because she thinks we're magical people. I'm not joking. That's literally something that she called us. And for any neurotypicals listening, because I know that probably if you're here from my TikTok, you're probably autistic or familiar with autistic people. But if you are a neurotypical person, I'm just going to say it right now. You can say disabled. Disabled is not a bad word. In fact, most disabled people would prefer it if you said disabled. Saying that we are special needs or magical people or like just any other word that you come up with that's not
Snowflake.
disabled, fuck you. But, like, the thing is, like, all of those are a lot more offensive to us than just calling us disabled.
I wasn't calling you a snowflake. I was offering that as an example of
Oh, I thought
something
you
that
were
someone
calling me a
might.
snowflake. I'm sorry, I'm a dick.
I'm like, that fuck you came off a little too genuine for me. I just thought I'd,
Proof that disabled
I'd
people
clarify
can be
that.
dicks. Proof that disabled people can be dicks. I am a dick all the time. But no, here's the thing. Like, please, call me disabled. Don't call me magical people. Or say, like Sia did in an interview, that we are inherently pure. I am not pure.
Oh boy.
Not to be like
They
graphic
are
or
magical
anything.
people.
Not to be graphic or anything, but like I have experienced that specific situation in which I have attacked people because I'm a dick. And I was really mad. But in my defense, they deserved it. They called me a slut. And at the time, I was not a slut. Because I was 12. I'm a slut now. I am a slut now. I've slept with 13 different people. But I was not a slut at 12.
Oh, lucky. Lucky number.
I would say it's a very
Well, as the
unlucky
pure person here, let me... No.
Are you
If this
pure?
movie... If the...
Sorry.
I don't want to get into that right now, but
You don't have to.
if
I'm
this
sorry.
movie...
This is the only good
No,
number
that's
in the
fine.
movie.
Well, I'm going to talk over it, because fuck you, Sia.
Fuck you,
If this
Sia.
movie, like WandaVision... If this movie, WandaVision style, had a, like, in-universe commercial break in the middle, it would be like the Rick and Morty Lucky Charms parody thing, where it'd be these two neurotypical kids trying to look for some autism Lucky Charms, and then an autistic person like pops out of the trees and goes woo, and then they tackle,
Here's the
and
thing
then they
about,
tackle her and kill her and eat their Lucky Charms.
Here's
Okay,
the thing
go ahead.
about Rick and Morty. Like, I feel less offended by like that style of portrayal of autism because Rick and Morty, I mean, they haven't done it yet, but they probably will do it at one point. But like, or like South Park's portrayal of autism, I feel less offended by those than I do by this. Because at least those are like saying, hey, disabled people, we're going to make fun of you the same way we make fun of literally everyone else.
Yeah.
At least they're including
know-
us the same way. They're not treating us differently than they treat everyone else. They treat everyone else like shit, so they're going to treat us like shit too.
I mean, the scene from Needful Things, the Rick and Morty episode, where they talk about the word that begins with R, and they say, well, that's sort... Yeah. It's like, well, it sort of seems like a group of people who feel like they're doing the right thing have co-opted that word and made it so that nobody can use it, which is actually harmful. It's like, oh, well, that's retarded.
Here's
Like-
the thing. Here's the thing.
That's making fun of Sia. That's making fun of the sort of people that make these movies.
Oh, see, this is where this culminates, and I don't understand the purpose of this character. Like, this is where his character arc ends. And I genuinely don't get the purpose. Because it just feels vaguely racist.
Oh, is he gonna punch his dad?
Nope.
Punch the dad.
His dad just punched him. He falls over. And look at this. Watch. The kid dies.
Is that blood?
Yes, the kid is dead. The kid dies after one punch. He gets punched, falls over, and dies.
So that happened,
And I have no idea.
and yet when you body slam a small young woman onto the ground, nah, it's fine.
But the punching a child in the neck will cause him to fall over and die.
Well, I think he hit his head on, like,
And-
a countertop. Speaking of Rick and Morty, I think he was, like, the giant in Rick and Morty who, like, fell and hit a thing.
Yeah. This entire scene is just them appropriating Eastern culture. Because they're all wearing Eastern culture
Cool.
style dresses. There's so
Cool.
much cultural appropriation in this.
This is cool.
So good. So good. Also, I want to point out that this actor is in his 30s. And he's about to start dancing with
Wait, how old is he playing?
They never specify.
Oh, okay. I feel like Nancy Pelosi is gonna show up with that fucking, I don't remember the name, but like the African garb she was
Yep.
wearing out of like solidarity in the
Not
wake of
just
George
her.
Floyd.
Not just her, it was all the Democrats.
Yes.
And the thing is, like, I
don't know all
I
of
am-
them, but a good proportion.
am a leftist, so people think that I'm a Democrat, but it is my job to criticize the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is, like, the prime example of performative activism. They want to feel like they're doing stuff without actually doing stuff.
Are we going in on this? Okay. This movie is just liberalism, the fucking movie.
No, it really is, because it's nothing but
It's-
performative activism.
Oh
Nothing
my
but
god, you're
performative
doing things to
activism.
make you feel good. Oh my
And
god.
not the people that you want to help. You're doing things
No,
to
this-
make you
oh
feel
my
like
God.
you care about the people that you think you care about.
Yeah,
without
you're
actually
making it
caring
about you.
Exactly.
You're fucking making it about you.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And I want to point out exactly how many lies Sia told about this. First, she lied and stated that she said that she hired an autistic actress, but the autistic actress couldn't handle set. Which is honestly more of a dick thing when you think about it, and it is not a lie that makes her look good.
It's this autistic person's fault that we're not representing autistic people in a good way.
Yeah.
Blame them.
Yeah, she said that the autistic person had meltdowns. And, like, okay, I want to point out for all of our listeners who are listening to this, if you've seen A Simple Date, I had a meltdown on set during that film. Like, I had an actual real-life meltdown after filming the meltdown sequence. And you know how our director handled it? She didn't recast me. No. She just, like, she had asked me previously beforehand because she knew that with making a film about autism, that having an autistic actress meant that a meltdown was a likely possibility. So when I had my meltdown, literally all Tamia did as my director was make sure that I couldn't hurt myself, because I am one of the autistics who will hit themselves over and over again when I have meltdowns. Tamia just made sure I couldn't hurt myself, and she just let me have my meltdown in peace. She let me be away from the rest of the people so that no one would think it was weird, and she just let me melt down. That's just what she did, because she actually understood the project that she was doing was for the autism community. But Sia never even cast an actual autistic girl. She wrote this part specifically for Maddie. And then had the balls to tell the autism community that this is a love letter to the autism community. Then when the autism community didn't like it, she said that she didn't make it for us. She made it for the non-speaking autistic community. Then when the non-speaking autistic community said, we still don't like this, she said, oh, I didn't actually make it for you. I made it for the caregivers.
She said, holy fuck, you can speak?
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not joking. That's literally what she said, because the thing is, she was getting so much hate that Communication First, which is a charity all from non-speaking autistics and just non-speaking disabled people in general, they were like, hey, we'll watch the movie, give us a pre-screening, and we'll watch it, and we'll tell you what you can do to make this better to abide the people that are upset by it. And she's like, okay, cool. So she invited them to a pre-screening, and then they said, hey, this movie's so bad that what you need to do is not release it and give an apology to the autism community, she ghosted them. She never responded to them after that.
Well, yeah.
And then when they released a
Also, if I could just be the arsehole that just...
BVS.
If I could just be the arsehole for a second
Be the
that
arsehole.
just cares about money, arsehole, and is like, okay, you spent $13 million on, you know, blah, 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 it's all about money. A Simple Date had a very small budget, and you were able to make a short film with an autistic actor with a very small budget. And I don't want to, you know, try and diminish the contribution that the GoFundMe contributors made, but it was a very small budget. So if you can make a short film for $5,000, you can make a movie for $13 million with an autistic actor. You just need to make the appropriate accommodations.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what AMDA did not teach me, that my experiences in Hollywood taught me, and my experiences in trying to get jobs as an actor. Did you know that Hollywood actively discriminates against autistic people? The main reason that they don't hire us is because autistic people are seen as a liability on set. Like, that is the reason why you don't see a lot of autistic actors who start off being open that they are autistic actors. Like actors like Dan Aykroyd, Daryl Hannah, and Anthony Hopkins weren't. Well, he got diagnosed late, so very late. So that's not his fault. But Dan Aykroyd and Daryl Hannah, they didn't admit that they were autistic until far after they had made their careers as actors. Because the thing is, autistic actors are seen as a liability, and the second that they find out we're autistic, they don't hire us for the job. I'm not joking. That's something that actually happens to me. And it sucks.
Yeah, I believe it. Which, you're like, you know, you're not like 100% not a liability, but everything's a liability. Like, fucking Jared Leto still has a career. I don't know many non-autistic people that, if everything I hear about Jared Leto is true, will be more of a disruption than, like, Jared Leto.
Are you kidding? None of us would be more of a disruption than Jared Leto is. Are you kidding me? Like, it's just... The thing is, like, it's just more proof that Sia didn't actually want to make this for the autism community. Because here's the thing. At the same time that this was being filmed, Disney made a film about autism called Loop. And it actually starred... It was an animated film that starred a non-speaking autistic actress. And when she found that going to the studio was too overstimulating for her, do you know what Disney did? They didn't recast her.
Did they fire her?
No.
Oh.
They let her film in the comfort of her own home or outside. Because to them, the filmmakers, Disney and Pixar, they thought that it was more important to make accommodations and make this her story than it was to make it cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they knew...
What movie was that again?
It was called Loop. And it's a short film. It's on Disney
Loop.
Plus. And it actually stars a non-speaking autistic actress. When things got too overstimulating for her in the studio, they changed the environment. That's what you should do when you're making a film about disability.
Yeah.
If you can't...
And you don't need Disney money for that either.
No, you don't, because Tamia did it on $5,000. $5,000!
Exactly, yeah.
Which is an astronomically low budget for film. We did it on $5,000, and Tamia just understood that by making a film about autism, that autism was a likely side effect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just very, like, it hurts that people constantly want to make things about us without us. They don't actually want us involved because they don't actually want to help us. They just want to feel like they're helping us. Which is why a lot of people donate to Autism Speaks. Which is a hate group.
The thing with, yeah. Right, yeah, while we're on Autism Speaks, this may be, completely inappropriate, and if it is, I'll own up to that, unlike Sia.
Go ahead. If it's
But,
inappropriate,
like,
I'll educate you.
autism, it sort of, vaguely reminds me of, say, like, a gay conversion camp.
No, that's the thing. That's
where
what
it's
it
like,
is.
no, what you are is wrong.
You're not even wrong
Like-
at all in that. That's not offensive. You're stating a fact, because the thing is, like, Autism Speaks supports therapy, like ABA, which is applied behavioral therapy, which is actually invented by the same person who invented conversion therapy. ABA therapy was literally invented to teach autistic people how to pretend to be neurotypical. And
That's a fucking New York Times. Wait.
see?
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But no, you're good.
It had a white license plate, though. It had a white license
Because
plate,
they
though,
can't
so now
tell
I'm just more
whether or
fucking
not
confused.
They're New York or
Where are we?
Or Los Angeles.
Did you ever see a yellow taxi
Excuse me.
in LA? I lived there for 4 years. I don't remember seeing a yellow
No.
Crown Vic cab.
One, but they don't look like that. They look like Priuses.
Yeah, they all drive Prius. I don't... Yeah, okay, anyway.
By the way, if you don't
what
get
were you
what's happening
saying?
right now, she's dropping music off at a care facility. She is...
Why didn't she... I'm not saying she should have done that, but why didn't she do that in the first place?
Honestly, with how bad she is at caring for music, she should have. That's another thing that I don't like
Is this gonna be...
that Hollywood does, is
this gonna be the protagonist's... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. It's just, it portrays care facilities as, like, bad places. When, like, I've been in a psychiatric facility, a care facility. They're not bad places. I mean, a lot of, like, there are some that are. Don't get me wrong. And my experience is always going to be clouded because I am white. And so, like, I'm treated differently. I'm treated with privilege. So, like, bear that in mind. But, like, every care facility that I have been in, every facility that I have stayed in, has been a nice facility. They're nice there. They actually treat me nicely. And they're not dicks. But, like, Hollywood is like, no, these are the bad places. This is where you go when you have no other choice. And it's like, what's wrong with the care facility?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
And you know what, maybe if there aren't good care facilities, maybe they would be better and available to more people if Ronald fucking Reagan didn't fuck it up.
Fuck Ronald Reagan.
Since we've mentioned politics on
Okay,
fuck
I want to
Ronald
point out
Reagan.
she was wearing pants when she came into the facility, and now she's wearing a skirt.
She didn't even leave.
Continuity.
I was expecting her to be like...
Continuity
I was fully
errors.
expecting her to be like nearly home and then like change her mind. She didn't even leave. That was the laziest fake out I've ever seen.
Right? But also continuity! You can't tell, but I threw my goldfish in the stream.
Oh, they raided Nancy Pelosi's closet.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Because he's at his brother's wedding to his ex-wife.
I used to know what love was.
Okay, you know what's
the
the
last
thing?
time I heard you talking about love, you nearly killed a woman.
I really hate that neurotypicals use us in movies to teach them about love. It's not our problem that you don't know how to love. Like, people call us retarded, but, like, I know how to love people, and if you need me, a disabled person, to teach you how to love, then maybe I am not the disabled person in this situation, you know what I mean?
Oh, are you saying that neurotypical people could be wrong about something?
You know, that's the thing that I genuinely, like, honestly, no, 100%, that is the thing that I understand the least about, about neurotypical people, is that neurotypical people think that autistics don't have empathy. But if I even think that I possibly could have hurt somebody, I feel that pain viscerally. But, like, neurotypicals will call me literal slurs and say that if I'm offended by that slur, by them calling me a slur, that I'm sensitive, that I'm too sensitive.
Yeah.
And I don't get
What
that.
were we recording, like, a few months ago, where you were like, oh my god, I remember when I punched you when we were doing stage combat.
And
I still
felt
feel
so
bad. And I'm like,
bad.
I don't even remember.
No, I
I
still
don't
feel
even
bad
remember.
about that. I do. I genuinely still feel bad.
Oh my god.
But, like,
Is she kissing him at his brother's funeral?
yes.
Wait, was
Wedding.
that like...
His brother's wedding, not funeral.
Did that actually happen?
No, that actually happened.
Oh, whatever. It's fucking music. Who cares? Okay, that actually happened.
But, like, no, seriously, though, like, that's the thing, like, neurotypical people act like they're surprised every time we feel actual emotions. And yet we're the ones in their movies that always have to teach them those emotions. It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel emotions to you guys, or do we not? Can you pick one? Please.
Also, to quote Steve Carell from a movie, could you please, for the love of God, put on a fucking shirt?
Yeah, that is a good movie. I like that movie. That is...
What one is that again?
It's from
Is it Date Night?
Yeah.
Date Night, yeah, okay.
Which, honestly, that movie is underrated and hilarious. I love that movie.
There was a good Audi R8 in that movie.
I don't know cars. Also, this was the other reason why
It's
apparently music
Iron
could
Man.
not handle, or why Sia could not hire an autistic person, even though I am perfectly capable of doing this.
Was she doing singing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, it's like, I was going to say something I completely forgot. Oh,
I feel like
you know,
that's
it's the
half of
other
this.
reason why I know for sure, besides Sia finally admitting it, that she did not even attempt to cast an autistic actress. I am represented by an agency that specifically represents disabled performers in LA and New York. My talent agency...
Can I just voice my disappointment real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
That it went to black, it faded to black and didn't end.
Right.
I thought that was the end. I'm very disappointed.
Right? No, but music gets a service animal, which is actually kind of cute.
Oh, that is... Just have the fucking dog in it the whole time.
Right?
If I was looking at a dog more...
You know what's...
Oh, good. Okay, so everything's solved
You know what's
because
really
of
fucked
a dog.
up? You know what's really fucked up?
What's that?
And one of my autistic friends...
This whole thing.
Well, yeah. But one of my autistic friends pointed this out. Like, my friend Kat pointed out
it's over.
that you could replace the character music with a dog and the entire plot
Oh my god,
still
you
makes
totally
sense,
could.
which is proof.
You totally could.
Exactly, which is proof that this is not good representation.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah, if a character can be replaced by a dog, then it's not.
And the film
Oh my
still
god,
makes
I've fucking heard this song before.
Yeah, because this is
I'm so over this song.
This is the song that they've been using to promote the film. And the credits, I will watch these credits because there's proof in these credits as to why this film went wrong. But also I want to point out, because like I specifically searched the credits previously, there is no one from AMDA on the stunt crew. So none of the stage combat teachers from AMDA worked on this film. Which was very comforting.
I mean,
for
it
me.
was clearly... At least some of it was shot in LA, so yeah, that wasn't a non-zero possibility.
That was... But...
Oh, good. Children.
Do you know how much my heart
are all these
would've...
kids neurotypical?
I don't know. But, like, do you know how much my heart would have broken if
okay.
any of the stage combat teachers from AMDA were a part of this film?
Oh boy.
My heart would literally have shattered if, like, Nate or Greg or
Well,
Tim or Lacey were
yeah,
a part of this film. My heart literally would have
yeah.
shattered. Although, I really think that if Nate was on the set for this, he would have told them to fuck off. Because, like, Nate...
Maybe.
No,
Yeah.
well, no, because, like, okay, you're not autistic, so you didn't get the experience of being an autistic person in that class. Nate was actually
Yeah.
really understanding and respectful of my needs as an autistic person.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
He was
Because
so
yeah, I
good
feel
about
I was
that. Like,
I was about to say if any of the like if there was someone who worked on this film that worked at AMDA, they would be like, "No, listen, you're gonna have to get your hair pulled if you want to act, if you want to work as an actor. So James, fucking pull her hair.
no,
In
actually,
fact, pull it harder. It's better for
no,
both of you."
Nate got mad at me that I did that without telling him or without reminding him. Like,
Yeah.
he was actually like, "No, you have to remind me. These are your needs." And I was like, "But what if they don't want to accommodate to my needs?" And he's like, "Then you don't." Like, his exact words were when I said
Work
that.
for
He's
them.
like, "Then you don't work for them.
Yeah.
That's just what happens."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that, like, a lot of people shit on AMDA. I will never shit on AMDA for, is their stage combat department was very accommodating to my needs as a disabled person. Like, they never let my disability limit me, but they always were like, no. If you're disabled, there's a reason you can't do things, and you need to inform us.
Yeah, we both know what we're talking about, but do you want to like elaborate a
Oh,
little bit more for the
Sorry.
listeners?
So there was
No.
there was a moment in our stage combat class in which we were working
One of the
on
moves we
hair
learn.
pulling, and the
Yeah.
requirement was that we had to pretend to drag somebody by the hair across the room. Me, as an autistic person, people grabbing my hair can be very, very triggering for me. And I had already...
It feels like they're reaching down and grabbing your soul.
Exactly. No, that's not even an exaggeration. That is what it feels like for me.
Yeah.
But I had told my teacher, Nate, that I was autistic before this. And because he's not autistic, it's going to slip his mind. So I knew it would slip his mind. And my thought process was, okay, the industry is not going to accommodate for me, so I better find a way to suck it up. And so I did the move. And my teacher came to me because I went nonverbal for a small period of time after it because it was very hard for me to do. It was very triggering for me. And my teacher, Nate, noticed, and he realized that he had forgotten that I was a disabled person. And he genuinely, 100% genuinely apologized to me. And he said, "I'm so sorry. If I had remembered, if you had told me that this was a part of your disability, I never would have forced you to do that." And I said, "Well, are they going to make accommodations for me in the real world?" And he said, his response was legitimately, "No, but if they're not going to, that's not a project that you want to work on because you are worth more than that." The teachers at AMDA are fantastic people. Like, I will...
Yeah.
Well, okay, 90% of them. Because some of them are bad.
Hey, hang on, I just noticed something.
What?
Sia had Sia had 3 assistants for this movie,
Yeah.
and there was 1 person doing security. That is a beautiful statistic.
That is
about
hilarious.
This film. You get 1 security guy
No, wait till you get to
and
the
3
special
assistants.
the special thanks portion.
Oh boy.
That is
I
where
bet they don't
we'll
fucking
show
thank
you
her.
that this went wrong.
Oh, visual effects by Zodic. Okay, so ILM it looks like didn't work on this.
That's
There you
3
go.
films that ILM did not work on that we have watched.
3D tracking. What were they? Wait, what was the other one?
I don't know. The songs are "Oh Body," "Go Get It," "Best Friend," "Shaman's Call," super
1
racist,
plus 1.
1 plus 1, "Insecure," "Music,"
Yeah.
"Beautiful Things Can Happen," "Tears of a Synthesized Soul," "Easy," "Music," "Mountains," "Music," "Together," "Courage to Change." "Courage to Change" sounds really fucking ableist.
Wait, it's Tig Notara.
Look at this. Hold on. Look
Oh
at
my
this.
God.
Special thanks. Autism Speaks. That says everything you need to know about this film. Special thanks.
And Apple.
Autism Speaks. Oh, Apple is expected to be
Who the fuck is
performative
Hollywood
actors.
Lee? Have you fucking seen the Apple hoodie ad?
But no, here's the thing. What really fucking pissed me off was when this whole controversy started, Sia claimed that she did 3 years of research. 3 years of research. How in 3 years of research did you never find out that Autism Speaks
Facebook groups.
is a hate group? Because you're not autistic, and you know. Like, every time I've mentioned Autism Speaks in this entire review, you're like, oh my god, yeah, that's bad. Because Autism Speaks is one of the most famous hate groups of autism. For those who don't know...
To be fair, I wouldn't know that if I didn't know you, though.
Okay,
But yeah, all 3 years of her research were all on closed Facebook groups of parents of people with autism.
Yeah, because the thing is, autistic people, we actually hate Autism Speaks, because the thing is, Autism Speaks, their goal is to cure... Well, I mean, they've changed it since, but their goal has always been to cure autism. Now their goal is to eradicate autism, and the reason I know that their goal is to eradicate autism instead of curing it is because they have switched their studying from finding ways of making autism like more palatable for neurotypicals. They've now tried to find ways to detect autism within the womb. And the only reason you would want to detect autism in the womb is the same reason why you would want to detect Down syndrome in the womb.
Jesus Christ.
This is what we call eugenics, children.
Holy shit, I did not.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what I deal with on an everyday basis. The knowledge that if Autism Speaks had figured this shit out when I was born, I likely would have been aborted just because I have a disability. You know how fucked up that is? That's so fucked up. Like, I don't get me wrong. I always support a woman's right to choose. But if you're choosing because your child is disabled, your choice is based on eugenics. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should have to carry that baby, but, like, that's just a fact. And that's heartbreaking to know that a lot of parents, their worst fear is that their child might be like me. I'm an anti-vaxxer's worst nightmare.
Well, on that happy note, yeah, I really do appreciate you showing me this movie. And, you sharing your perspective on this movie. That being said, this is the worst time I've had doing this show. This was not fun. All the other movies we've watched, it's been fun. Maybe it's because this is the first time I'm doing this without indica in me.
No, I
don't think so.
This movie is not even bad in a fun way. It's just bad in a way that makes you feel sad.
It's cringe.
It's not even cringe.
I think that's the best word for it.
Some of us love cringe humor. This is just one that is like, oh my god, this is gonna hurt people. Like, we don't find blackface cringy funny. You know what I mean? Like, we're just like, oh my god, that's sad that
No,
hurt
but this...
people.
If this is blackface, this is, the white girl at the party who's doing half blackface and half whiteface in some sort of statement against racism that nobody understands, but she thinks that she's, up there with the best of the Black Lives Matter activists for doing half blackface.
I just want to point out, Sia has been caught doing blackface before.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Rebecca? I'm starting to not like this Sia person anymore.
No, you know what really pissed me off
Oh my.
is that she made that promise about deleting the restraint scenes from the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then deleted her Twitter immediately after, which says to me that she never actually intended to do it, and she just didn't want to hear the backlash about it.
Yeah. And now she is in a country without COVID. Fucking Australia.
But that's
God damn. You know what? We should call Singleton. Let's call Singleton right
no,
now
he's still in
and just lay
America.
into
He's
him.
still in America
Oh.
until
No,
like
but
next year.
he's one of them.
He's one of them.
Oh, okay.
We'll
Well,
call
we...
the other James and tell him that he needs to find Sia and yell at her. Not do anything
Yell
else.
at her again. We don't wish any bodily harm towards Sia.
No, that's the thing. That's what a lot of people misunderstand. A lot of people misunderstand what we mean when we said we want people held accountable. Like, Sia, I genuinely actually kind of want to be canceled. No bodily harm. No anything else.
Just
Just
go
go
away.
away. Maddie.
Just make her go away.
All I want from Maddie specifically, because, like, the thing is, you can't deny that her performance is ableist. Is so ableist, and it's mockery of autistic people. Literally, all I want from Maddie, all the autism community wants from Maddie, is just, hey, that was ableist. I'm sorry. That's it. Nothing else. We don't want her canceled. We don't want her career ruined. We understand that she was a child, but that doesn't, like, change the fact that she caused harm to our community. Like, in the same way that a 14-year-old saying the N-word with a hard ER causes harm to the black community, this caused harm to my community. Literally all I want, because I understand that she was a child when she did it and that she didn't really have that much of a choice as a child actress. Literally all I want is just an acknowledgement of, like, yeah, that was ableist. I'm sorry. That's it. That's all we want from Maddie. Kate Hudson, I would like the same thing, and same with Leslie Odom Jr. Like, I just don't understand how, because this was all filmed before the George Floyd incident. I don't understand how, after George Floyd was killed using the same restraint that he uses in music, I don't understand how he can be like, yeah, this is a great film. I support it. How can you...
Well, and George Floyd wasn't the first one. Like, if you watch 13th on Netflix, I forget the victim's name, which probably isn't great of me, but they literally have another person who was selling cigarettes on the side of the road, and they literally have NYPD on him while he's screaming, "I can't breathe."
It's...
Like, it's not new. George Floyd wasn't...
That's another example
I
of
mean, this sounds
pro-restraint killing
ruder
somebody.
than I...
That's...
Yeah, this sounds ruder than I mean it to be, but George Floyd isn't unique.
He should... Well,
Like,
I mean,
he
he
was-
shouldn't even be dead. He should not be dead, but, like...
Yeah, he should be alive.
He should be unique, but he's not a unique situation, and I don't understand how Leslie Odom Jr. can come from the experience of knowing that that's not a unique situation for his people and inflict that harm on another marginalized group. Because, like, look,
Yeah.
I'm fully aware that I am privileged as a white autistic girl. Don't get me wrong. I am fully aware that I am privileged in that sense, because a disproportionate amount of autistic people who have been killed via the prone restraint are black autistic people. But, like, how can you support this knowing that it kills some of your people? That's what I don't understand.
Or just any people.
Yeah, that too. Like, you shouldn't support it because
That's-
it kills any people, but, like, for me personally, when I see stories like Eric Parsa, who was the autistic boy who was killed in 2020, when I see stories like that, I am constantly reminded that the next time that happens, that could be me. When I have a meltdown, if I have a meltdown in public, it's not a pretty sight. The cops could get called on me, and if they hold me down in the prone restraint, I could die. That could literally be me. Every time I hear about this situation, I think to myself, that could be me next time. And I don't understand how you could have that understanding and have that feeling of that could be me and still say that something that glorifies that is okay. I just don't understand that. But like, I'm not.
I'm fucking
Hmm?
pushing. What's the fucking line? I'm fucking crushing her with love.
Yeah, that's literally what he says. I'm crushing her with my love.
Jesus. Well, on that, that's a very good point, and I'm going to go straight from that right into jamesmichaelhayward.com for all your James Michael Hayward needs,
James
because
Michael Hayward.
we're quite over 2 hours now, and this is a
Shit,
very
we
good
are.
conversation, but we do need to end this.
Yes.
So
I want to end it on a note. Don't restrain autistic people. If you see us having a meltdown, mind your business. That's it.
yeah, well, just don't tackle people.
Yeah, don't tackle us.
Don't crush anyone with love.
Yeah,
don't
don't
crush
do
anyone
that.
with anything.
Not unless they ask.
Just keep your love to yourself.
Yes. Alright. This
Holy
has
shit.
been Rebecca and
Okay.
James Watches. We never recorded the intro, but that's fine.
Oh no, I did when you weren't here, so you couldn't correct me.
Oh, well then. We recorded an intro that I was not a part of because I was getting wine. Well, goodbye, everyone. We love you all.
Alright, and
Bye.
I love you too, everyone. Bye.